Welcome, wrestling fans, to this WWE show review on Terminal Show. Make sure you guys hit that like button as I'm reviewing the Friday Night SmackDown from November 8th, 2024 in Buffalo, New York. And this would be kicked off with Roman Reigns, as the OTC would be accompanied by Jimmy Uso to kick off Friday Night SmackDown, and he wouldn't even get a word out before he was interrupted from main event Jey Uso, as he would come out to the ring to talk to Roman and say, hey, there's been a lot of misunderstanding that's been going on since Saturday, and that he needs him to hear out his man and hear what he has to say. And then we would see Sami Zayn come out to the middle of the ring to address Roman Reigns about that misunderstanding that happened at WWE's Crown Jewel when he accidentally hit Roman Reigns in the face with the kick when both of them went to go attack Solo Sikoa at the same time. Sami would go on to say that it was an accident, but the only reason that he was at WWE Crown Jewel was for Jey Uso, and he'd like to say that's the same reason why he's on Friday Night SmackDown, but that would just not be true. The reason that he's at SmackDown is because for a minute there, it felt like family with all of them inside the ring at the same time, like the old original bloodline when they all used to run things, and he knows Roman misses that and wants that back, and that he knows he loves Sami Zayn, and that if he wants him to leave and never be a part of the bloodline ever again, he will do that. But if he wants him to stay and be a part of this and help him out, he's going to need him to do one thing, and that's apologize. And Roman would say to Sami, you want me to apologize to you? And he would say no. Sami wants Roman to apologize to Jey for all the things he's done to him. So Roman would step up to Jey Uso and say, I'm sorry you wasted my time with this fool. Who does he think he is? He's no family, he's no bloodline, he's no honorary Uso, and this ain't about him. This is about Solo. Now you get your ass out here so I can fight you. And then we would see Jacob Fatu come on the TV screen as Sami Zayn walked out of the ring and apologized to Jey, and Jacob Fatu would call out Roman Reigns saying, you go to the back of the line, Roman, because you're just like everybody else, and Solo Sikoa answers to no one, and you will acknowledge him. And then we would see after that backstage as Roman Reigns is upset walking out with Jimmy Uso, we would see him confronted by Jey Uso to say, hey man, I asked you to do one thing out there, and that was to hear the man out. Why can't you do that? And Roman Reigns would get in the face of Jey saying, why are you wasting my time and taking his side? And that's when Jey would give a warning to Roman Reigns and saying, I told you not to disrespect me anymore. That's your final warning. That's your first straw. Man, we would see Jimmy look at Roman saying, dude, what are you doing? And then Roman would confront Jimmy by saying, how about you go be with your brother if you're going to talk to me like that? Man, a confrontation here that would lead to Roman Reigns being by himself. Now, what's he going to do? We'll have to see, as this is an awesome way to kick off Friday Night SmackDown. But then we would see our first match of the evening, as we would have Bayley versus Candice LeRae in the WWE's women's division, and these two would put on a fantastic match. But at the end, Candice LeRae tried to be up to her old tricks by faking an injury, but Bayley was able to point it out and counter and get the victory in this one. And what a way to kick off Friday Night SmackDown with our first match of the evening. And then backstage, we would see Motor City Machine Guns, the new WWE Tag Team Champions, being congratulated by Johnny Gargano on their championship victory. But Gargano's DIY partner, Ciampa, would not be happy about this, as he confronts Johnny about being nice to them when they took their opportunity and took the titles that needed to get back. And Tommaso Ciampa would say, we need to make an example out of Pretty Deadly and focus on them. And after we would see that, Randy Orton would be walking with a purpose in between both of these guys, heading out to the ring, as Randy Orton would be looking for a fight, as he would go out to the middle of the ring to call out Kevin Owens after what he did to him at WWE's Crown Jewel. And Kevin Owens would oblige, coming out to the ring, but not before security members were trying to keep these two separated. But it would not be long before Orton and Owens get their hands on each other, as these former friends beat the living hell out of each other. But as security and more members get inside the ring, we would see them separate these guys before Kevin Owens would hit a low blow, a dirty move on Randy Orton, as Randy Orton collapses to the ring. And then Kevin Owens would do the unthinkable, as he would use a banned move in WWE and hit Randy Orton with a pile driver down in the middle of the ring, injuring Randy Orton, and he was having to be carried out with a neck brace on and on a backboard on a stretcher as he ended up in an ambulance after what Kevin Owens did to him. Wow, I cannot believe what Kevin Owens did, and Michael Cole at the commentary booth said it best. Somebody needs to do something about Kevin Owens, and even Cody Rhodes would come out to accompany Randy Orton in the ambulance as he was taken to a local medical facility after that attack. And then next up on Friday Night SmackDown, we would see our next match of the evening, a tag team match with DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa taking on Pretty Deadly, and Ciampa would take all the advantage in this one as he would handle Pretty Deadly by himself, making a huge statement not only to his partner, but the tag team division and the WWE Tag Team Champions as DIY get the victory over Pretty Deadly. And then next up after this fantastic tag team match, we would get another tag team match, and that would be in the WWE's Women's division, as we would see the WWE Women's Champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill go against the team of Nia Jax, the WWE Women's Champion, and Tiffany Stratton, Miss Money in the Bank. And then we would see Candice LeRae come out to try to interfere in this fantastic tag team match that we were having, as all these women were really showing out, showing their athleticism. Candice LeRae tries to knock down Bianca Belair and distract her and help out Nia Jax, which she ends up doing, but then Tiffany Stratton gets distracted by that, and she ends up getting caught not only by Jade Cargill, but also Bianca Belair, who was able to hit the KOD, Kiss of Death, and get the victory in this one. And Nia Jax was not too happy after the match, as the WWE Women's Champions, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, got the victory in this one. And then next match up here on Friday Night SmackDown, we would have a tag team match once again in the men's division, where we would see Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, A-Town Down Under, go on one-on-one with the WWE Tag Team Champions, Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. And we would have an awesome match in this one, as both teams laid it all out on the line inside the square circle, but we would see the Motor City Machine Guns get the victory in this one, knocking off A-Town Down Under and proving why they are the WWE Tag Team Champions. And then after this, they would be confronted in the backstage area after their win by DIY, who were looking to challenge them for those WWE Tag Team titles, but those two teams would be interrupted by the Street Profits, as they would actually announce that they talked to General Manager Nick Aldis of SmackDown, and it is official. Next week on Friday Night SmackDown, the Street Profits, D'Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, will take on the WWE Tag Team Champions, Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, in a championship match for those WWE Tag Team titles. What an amazing announcement, and DIY's Ciampa would be pissed about this, throwing the bottle down and walking out. We'll have to see what happens from that. And then next up, guys, we would have a big announcement made from WWE's SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis, as we will have a new championship belt in the WWE Women's Division. And that's why we got the America t-shirt on, guys, because the new WWE Women's United States Championship belt was revealed. A beautiful championship belt, and now another championship for the WWE's Women's Division that has been on fire, that has been trailblazing and setting the tone and being one of the most best for the WWE. And now they got another championship to prove they've got what it takes to be a champion. Wow, what a big announcement from WWE, and what a beautiful championship belt. And then next up after this, we would have Solo Sikoa with the New Bloodline, as they would come out to the ring for the undisputed Tribal Chief Acknowledgement Ceremony, which wouldn't even get kicked off before we would see Roman Reigns to come out to challenge Solo Sikoa, as Roman would say, "Buffalo, do you acknowledge him, Solo Sikoa, as your tribal chief?" And after Solo Sikoa asked Roman to do that exact thing, Roman would say, after asking the crowd, I don't acknowledge him either. I will never acknowledge you, Solo. I'm out here to challenge you. And we would see Solo say, challenge? There's no challenge with you. I've already beat you. I've already proven that I am the tribal chief. What have you proven, Roman? You're standing there, a chief without a tribe. What are you gonna do? As a matter of fact, I have a challenge for you, Roman. I challenge you to find 4 men back there who are crazy enough to actually help you out. Roman would look confused, and Solo would go on to say, because we are ready for war. Are you ready for war, Roman? And Roman would have this confused look on his face and go on to say, are you talking about war games? Oh man. But then Roman would go on to say, but I only see 4 of you. What are you talking about 5? And that's when Solo Sikoa would reveal that Sami Zayn would be the 5th member to join him and help him out at WWE War Games and Survivor Series. But oh my goodness, this would lead to the Bloodline attacking Roman Reigns as Jacob Fatu really led the attack. And we would see Tapa Tonga and Tonga Loa join in as well before Jimmy and Jey Uso would run right past Sami Zayn to come out and try to help out Roman. But they would be no matches. They get outnumbered, and Sami would be called into the middle of the ring by Solo Sikoa, who was going to deliver a Samoan spike right to the neck of Roman, but would not. Instead, would ask Sami to hit Roman with a kick, but Sami would fake out Solo Sikoa and hit him with a Halula kick, knocking out Solo Sikoa before Roman Reigns would finish the job with a spear. And Roman would look at Sami as they all stand in the ring, as Jimmy and Jey Uso would also be in the ring. All 4 of the original Bloodline would be back in the ring at the same time. What would happen? Would they finally get on the same page? Are they finally going to join one another? And that's when Jey would be the first one to stick his one up in the air. And then we would see Jimmy Uso be the next to stick his one up in the air. And that's when you could see Sami Zayn mouth the words, are you in or are you out, Roman? Are you one of the ones? And that's when Sami Zayn raised his one. And would Roman Reigns do the same? Yes, we would see Roman Reigns raise his one, as it looks like the original Bloodline is finally back together. And what a Friday Night SmackDown. And this would be your WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you guys hit that like button and leave some comments on what you guys thought of this Friday Night SmackDown and what you think of Tim Reynolds Show's WWE show reviews. Thank you guys for hanging out here on this sports entertainment channel on Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel and check out my channel for more WWE show reviews on this sports entertainment YouTube channel, Tim Reynolds Show. Peace out, guys.